You got it on your mind, partner, get it off your chest. You got it on your mind, partner, get it off your chest. You got it on your mind, partner, get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. Get it off your chest.
What it is, y'all? We back with another episode of the Get It Off Your Chest podcast. I'm your host, Terry. Y'all see who in the building with me, as usual. Let them know who y'all are, man.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, CJ. Get Off Your Chest podcast. Let's get it.
What's the deal? It's your boy, Rhino. Another episode of Get It Off Your Chest podcast. Got the drip right here.
We got the drip right here. And y'all see we got another guest in the building. New member to the family. Off the top row. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Introduce yourself, Black. Let him know who you are, man.
Hey, yo, man, what it do, man? What's up, you punk motherfuckers? It's the Black John Guy, it's the Black Tony Soprano, it's Blackheart, and this back in this Beyonce the head honcho here off the top row podcast. You see the merchandise right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm basically I'm the Black Hulk Hogan of my little Proud of Mischiefs over here on our podcast over here, where you can find us everywhere: Anchor Podcast, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, SoundCloud, and YouTube as well. So,
hey man, we appreciate you coming by the show, man. Appreciate you reaching out. You know what I'm saying? Glad to have you. Let them know a little bit. You know, hold on. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna start it off like we always started off. You know, we get shit off our chest, whether it's been a day, a week, a month, a year. However the fuck we feel like getting off our chest, we don't get off our chest because we really just don't give a fuck. We really just don't give a fuck.
I like this.
Okay. Hey, you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Get off your chest, man.
But starting it off like we always started off, man. How's my fellas doing today? It's Sunday. It feels beautiful outside. Like, how are y'all doing today, man?
Hey,
What's
man.
going on with y'all?
Hey, Kansas City, it's a beautiful day today. Even though this dropping on a Tuesday, it's a Sunday, Easter Sunday. How you sinners doing? I know, bitch, I seen you in the club last night throwing that ass in the circle. Throw that ass in the circle. Oh, holy. He said, nah, bitch. You say Nah, I see you over there having niggas pour their off the drink. See, nah, bitch, I seen you last night. You ain't slick. Nah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling
yeah, he's a fool.
Good, dog. It's Sunday. Feel good outside.
It do.
Man, we here. We blessed.
Hold on. It ain't just Sunday. It's Drunk Man Sunday. If y'all know, if you know, you know.
You know.
See what's in my... Can't see what's in there, but there's something in there. Rhino, how you doing today, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Got this podcast. We got this thing going. We got something going here, man. I appreciate all this shit that we've been doing. And it's Easter Sunday, Resurrection Day. Let's get it.
How you doing today, Black?
Man, it's Easter Sunday, man. I woke up today, man. So that's thankful to God, first and foremost. Thankful for everybody, you know what I'm saying, that's supporting your podcast and mine, man. Much love, much appreciation to all the fans out there, first and foremost. I'm not drinking today because I was drinking for the past 5 days and I was on vacation. So I'm taking the break today. You know what I'm saying? It's the Lord's Day. So I tapped out today. You know what I mean? So I had to just, be humble today and thank God for another day, man. Much love.
Definitely, man. We hope everybody else Sunday going great. It is Easter Sunday. You're going to get out there with the kids, go find some eggs, go to church. Do your thing, man. Yeah. Just don't be a hypocrite.
If y'all gonna be at church, why y'all go next week too?
Right. Hey, everybody
don't just go today. Go next. Hey, boy, I was coming through all the churches that I ain't never seen nobody at full today, boys. See some big old asses too. Sorry, baby.
Hey, Sunday, and normally on regular Sundays, bro. But normally on Sundays, you'll see a couple cars at the church. A couple
cars. I mean, you can't even park on the block.
They pack. I'm talking about little Nunu from down the street ain't been to church in 3 years. But she come to Easter Sunday with her dress, she decked out.
They drip crazy. With a big old ass.
Shit. I know people up here in Massachusetts, they're doing their church services remotely from home right now, as we speak right now, including my grandmother. Oh, man. I called her earlier too, just trying to check up on her, just wish her happy Easter. She's like, Sean, I'm in the middle of service. Can I call you back? I'm like, you actually in church? She's like, no. I'm actually doing my thing like remotely with her pastor that she's been with like 50 years. She never leaving that flock. So certain people, they still get their church on, whether in person or they do it from home.
Yeah. Right. Man, I couldn't do it, man. I know back when we was kids, like we went to church. Probably like 3 days out the week, bro. I couldn't do it, man. When I became an adult, I was like, yeah, I'll probably mess with church Sunday, at 11. When church get out at 12, I might pull up late, But nah, I can't do it, man. It's not for me.
I went to church like a couple times as an adult. Like I know my brother tricked me one time. He ain't shit. This nigga tricked me. I said, bro, I'm not going to church on Easter Sunday because it's bullshit. He's like, oh man, we ain't going to church. This is a little event. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be this and the third. This nigga tricked me. It was church. He's like, man, if I would have told you the truth, you wouldn't have came. I said, you bitch ass nigga, why you didn't give me the choice on that? And then, you know what I'm saying? So I had to sit in there. They had did a play with the resurrection and all that shit. I'm like, after that, I said, bro, I'm like, fuck Hector. I'm like, no, fuck Hector. I was like, I ain't coming back to this shit ever again in my goddamn life. And then we came to the conclusion. A lot of people ain't gonna like what I got to say, but it's a bit off your chest, and I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Church is born.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all what
church is born.
What I take from
Wait, yo, hold on a second. Can I interject?
Go ahead, Black.
Real quick. Now, just like you, I'm not a religious person myself because religion to me is all about division within our culture and people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, first and foremost. Secondly, I don't believe going into a building to give my praise to give my praise to the Lord above should be necessary for that, especially if you believe in that certain religion, then you don't have to do it. Just live your life to that code and just do the best that you can be as a human, but as a person as well. Right. And you live throughout that combat of that religion. So for me, I haven't been I don't go to church myself. You know what I'm saying? Only time I really go to church is when it's funerals. No disrespect. So for me, for my sake, I started going to church when I was a kid when my mother was around. Then as time kind of dwelled on, living with my aunt and stuff like that, she tried to get us to kind of go, but we was always like rebelling. Yo, we didn't want to go. And that was, she put it on our hands, like, okay, you can choose not to force to go, but at some point later on down the line, you might want to read that Bible. And sure enough, we did that. And then you teach that when you're in your teenage years and you start reading and understanding certain life events that happen that quotes in the book. So I can't really necessarily knock that either, but this whole going to church, going to a building to praise, I wasn't with it either.
I'll say this. If religion helps you live a better life, by all means, go for it. It does nothing for me, but if it helps you live a better life, don't get me wrong, I believe in the universe. That's me. But I'm like, oh, what's wrong with him? He smoking weed? Nah, I just believe in like the universe. I believe there's something or someone out there because it's just, when you say you're talking about a certain thing and then that shit just happened, that ain't no fucking coincidence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I believe it's like somebody out there listening to you. You know, so just like with the podcast, I've been wanting to do this shit for what? Years. And then cuz hit me up, boom, hey, let's do this podcast. I was like, all right, it was later down the road in my life, but it happened. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy. It happened at the right time. That's what I believe. It happened at the right time. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, there is, and I just want to reflect back on last year. Last year, this pandemic, man, everybody called it a pandemic. Yeah, it was a pandemic, but it was a blessing and a curse because a lot of shit that I always said I was gonna do
manifest.
Fucking happened.
Right.
I'm like, it's crazy that it happened within this pandemic, but it fucking happened. Like, I'm like, damn, that shit crazy. And then this year, this shit been happening times two.
2021's been pretty dope so far, yo.
Bro, it's like I'm destined. Like I said, I'm trying to quit my job and shit, but it's like I'm destined to quit because shit just keep happening. All the free time I had is no more. He could tell you, Rhino and him could tell you this. When last time I been on that fucking game, bro?
On the game all week,
bro. And then when they hear from me, and then like I don't know if y'all ever pay attention on the Wednesday episodes that we do, which we they either drop on Friday through Sunday. They drop between there. But if y'all see me, I see my eyes low,
tired.
I'm tired as a bitch because I'm out here grinding. Like I barely could get to them. Like, man, I be wanting to hop on with them, help us stream and everything, but I just like
Be busy,
I don't
man.
be having the time. I be busy
Putting that
because,
work
like
in.
I said, there's a high power that's like, all right, nigga, I'm tired of you talking about it. Do the shit.
Hashtag
Right.
Consistency, bro.
Hashtag
And then just like with the detailing shit with my brother, man, look at that. That shit came about during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we started it way before then, but it took off with this pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, boy. And now this motherfucker is so elevated that, man, like I said, this thing got an assistant and he's about to hire an employee.
He getting it going, man. We ain't never really talked about, like, Ronald don't really talk about religion too much.
No, because we don't
Ronald, how you feel about that? Like
Man,
you know, as kids, we always are set to go to church, but how you feel about that whole situation?
I
Yeah,
tell
man,
you, I actually did.
Good.
I actually did grow up in the church. I grew up
Like all of us, yeah.
Yeah, I did, but my mom really used it as a scapegoat because of what was going on at our own home.
Yeah.
We would go there just to avoid all the conflict and stuff that was going on because I used to live with all my family, like my uncles and aunties in one house. And it's like when my grandma passed away, when my grandma passed away, like everything just the whole family started to fall apart. And we just went to church to avoid it. And really what I see as religion is I do believe that it's an entity out there that controls and it's something powerful out there, divine God. But I also believe that, we don't need to go to church every Sunday just to please that entity. We still have to be, just got to be a decent human being just to really get to where we want to be.
Right.
Like to heaven. That's the main goal.
I think it's all about how you the energy that you put out is the energy you're gonna receive.
You're gonna receive.
If
That shit's real.
if you're putting out bad energy to people, you're gonna receive bad energy. But if you're on some positive shit, nine times out of 10, you're gonna receive positive, but every now and then you're gonna get some bullshit. But if you look at the bullshit as a positive, you know what I'm saying? Your life would be so much better. That's why I look at a lot of situations as a positive. You know what I'm saying? I don't really harp on negative shit, bro. Anybody know negative energy around me? I get it away from me. I get it away from me quick. Like, look. All right, I ain't on that type of time. I'm on this way. I'm on some positive shit, man. I'm on elevating. We out here, me and the crew around me, man. We trying to prosper. Every black man around me are prospering.
Yeah, I won't say that either, man. That's a band word that I don't use on my show either. Like, no, we ain't the N words here, man. We kings, we black men here. And if we get able to conversate and talk like one, then I'm pretty sure that you can be able to talk to a lot of people that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm sorry, y'all, man. We got too far into it, but
take
a second, man. Shout out to the blackgent.com, man. Make sure y'all get over there and hit that slash off your chest for the extra 10% off. That's our sponsor. Shout out to Junior the Truth, man. He's also a big brother to the podcast, man. Always giving that knowledge, always throwing it out there, constant content, making us up our game up. So make sure y'all go check them out, man, and make sure y'all go buy some shit. It's getting hot outside. You got to take care of your melanin. Get over there to the blackgent.com, man. Slash off your chest and let them know. Get Off Your Chest podcast since you over there, man. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna say one more thing. Let me say one more thing about church. Like, I never seen church as a bad thing, but I didn't never get into the music part of it. You know, as a kid, you got the choir, everybody turning up. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody turning up. Like, I just love getting the scripture from the pastor. Like, when the pastor's speaking and we in the books, that was where I like really wanted to only be at. Like, if I could just go to church, get the word and dip, I'm fine. Now, coming into all that, I'm good on that. Like, I'm like, real shit. I'm good on the music. I'm good on the hype. I'm good on, like, because I feel like church turns, especially nowadays, 2021, church is more so of a concert. It's like 80% music, 20% the word.
Bro, you do not want me to expose what the government is doing to all these churches, man. You do not want me to go that far into it.
Hey, talk about it, man. Talk about it, because I think we try to stray away from it because it's religion, which is a word that
in the 2000s, right? The government had issued it was a bill that a free blank administration bill, something like that. So they are federally funding all these churches, right? Okay. So basically now all these churches now are basically under the government the government aid now. So, which means certain things that would happen to like all these churches, why you think a majority of all these Catholic churches never get shut down, never get prosecuted, none of the other shit.
That's crazy.
And so and so all these pastors that was involved in these sex trafficking rings and shit like that.
Man, I don't trust
Say
none
like,
of this. Everything's a conspiracy.
You know what?
nowadays.
Everything. You know what? Okay, and then we go
institutionalizing the fact that what church is supposed to be there for.
Yeah.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say, then, because we don't want to lose the audience because we talk about it too much. You know,
Like,
I'm gonna say this last thing. I'm gonna say this last thing.
I don't trust nothing no more.
I'm gonna say this last thing, and then
you shouldn't trust anything no more. Everything that we've been taught has been a lie.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything that we've been
a lot of the people in the quiet freaks
has been a lie, and it's becoming the truth for countless fucking centuries. That they covered up so much shit to the point where we've been blindsided all this fucking time.
Yeah.
We all know that Jesus.
And they're gonna keep doing it though. You know why they're gonna keep doing it? Because we so quick to fall back from what's really going on.
We'll be with for a second. It's a distraction.
Yeah, it's a distraction.
We love
Waiting television is for.
Waiting television is okay.
The whole time. Why do you think parents are always trying to keep us away from television for so long?
Man, this shit,
my mama did.
Come on, man. Like, this has been some shit that's been planted for so long.
Mama, I love you.
It's one big system to control us in a certain aspect of life that this is all that we fuck with. It's all the fuck that we know, and this is our main ceiling, and that's it.
But you know what though? They've had this plan of control. It ain't even with us. Just with everybody.
Because they fear us.
I think they're trying to control the whole world.
That's the main key right there. Because they think that we are the superior intellectual specimen in the fucking planet. That's why.
Look, I need to give all you niggas about when we got to the show. We talk about it. Nah, this is when we're going to Cali. I got to make sure you niggas up on this before we take off. But enough about the devil and his work. The devil is a lie. Devil mad because
hey, this ain't about us.
Somebody grandma may see this and be like,
right.
That boy, you see that boy, the devil right there.
This ain't about us. This is about off.
I've been exposed to this
podcast.
This is about off the top rope.
Hold
on, brother. Let me tell you about the off the top rope. See it nice.
I'm trying to get the belt. You don't have the belt. Let me get the belt. I'm tired of coming to this match. You don't fight like I fight. Let's get into it, Black.
Let people know
let's
about
go.
Off the top rope.
Hey,
let's go. Let's go.
Everybody at some point in their time has been a wrestling fan, right? Shout out to Dre, because Dre takes wrestling out there, and he that's where the podcast started with Dre. Because you fuck with Dre too, Black. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us.
Hold on, man.
We starting over.
Dre on Wills, that's my guy, man. Salute to Dre. What's up? Shout out to the 11
Dre, man. 1130 podcast.
I've been on his joint twice already. So,
hey,
you know what I mean,
before me and you start talking, Rhino was like, I was like, yeah, man, I got a off the top rope podcast. You know, we've been talking, coming on the show. Rhino was like, you know, I'm a wrestling fan, right? Me and Rhino ain't talking about wrestling for like years. I'm like, shit, I forgot you was a wrestling fan. Rhino is a big wrestling fan, bro. But before we get into all that, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and about Off the Top Rope podcast, man. Let them know.
Yeah.
Well, for me, first and foremost, I mean, tag name is Black Card Shisley for short. For those who don't know, we hail from Boston, Massachusetts. So salute to the Patriots, Celtics, Red Sox, and all that good stuff. And the Bruins. Can't forget about those guys. Yeah, man. So this podcast is my baby right here, man. This is my blood, sweat, tears on the sideline. Same way how you guys do the Get Off Your Chest podcast here. This is your heart and soul. This is my heart and soul right here. I put a lot of time into this thing. Like homie was said earlier. If it wasn't for the pandemic, like he said, like a blessing and a curse. You know what I'm saying? So kind of the side stuff that I was doing manifested on its own. And Off the Top Rope was one of those things, but it wasn't planned. It was kind of like a overnight thing. And I gotta thank WWE for putting us such crappy programming that maybe even go this far to even have something to talk about. And I find this app called Anchor. That was the birth of it. And I just caught that bug. You know that bug where like you feel like, oh wait, you start to feel a little motor. You know what I'm saying? So I feel have a little fire in your stomach now. Now you're like, okay, I want to do it again. Now you started formatting it to the way that it's like more structured. Me being as a OCD person, structure is everything to me.
Definitely.
So once I structured the show out to a way that I can be like, okay, I can format like this. I can have some people come on it. That's why I started getting my boys, the boys that I'm around when I was in high school, shit like that. We was talking about wrestling ourselves. It started with them. And it grew to where I was like, okay, I'm gonna treat this as a small business. I don't want to look at this as a hobby. Hobbies
It's
die
not
out.
a hobby. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
If
If you put your heart, blood, and sweat into the damn thing and you see a pathway for it, you go for it. So same thing how I told myself about going to art school. Did it before, took 6 years to do it, got it done. Now what's my next step? What's the next chapter to get to where I want to go? And use my skill to get me to where I need to be. And this is one of those little side things that I put a lot of thought, energy, and structure into it. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna treat this like a small business. And here we are a year later, 3 seasons later, handful of special guests came on the show. We got Booker T coming up in a few weeks, so I'll keep my fingers crossed for that one that actually pulled through.
That's crazy. You said
that was kind of low.
You said Booker T coming.
Because of the development of how this podcast can form and the people that I have in my circle and everything is how we're making this happen. This is why we're building this to where the fuck that is going to be. And you know what I mean? Hopefully one day Sirius XM gives us a contract or something like that. Yo, we want you guys to start having your show on show on our radio services. I'm with it. Where is it?
That's crazy.
It's gonna happen, bro. You speak that. Hey, speaking that shit to existence. It's gonna happen, bro. I'm telling you that now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now. It's gonna happen.
Oh, believe me, but I thought about something bigger than that. I'm like, you know what? Since they have Sports Center and ESPN for all the sports in the world, right? Why don't we have one for just wrestling? There's so many promotions out there. You get tackled.
So many.
Hey, you know what?
In the independent.
He talking about Sirius XM and all that. No, they're gonna have you on the WWE network.
They're
gonna have his ass on the network.
I want to universal. No, I fuck one company. I want to be universal. I want to be able to go to every single company to get something out of it to go to this wrestling network that we have. That's like Sports Center, but just for wrestling only. Think about that. And that helps so many other promotions out there.
Oh man,
the independence to the majors.
Hey, that's big.
Booker T is huge,
hey,
yo.
Booker T, you watching this?
You know what I'm saying?
You better have your motherfucking ass on the
right.
top,
You better,
bro.
Hey,
your ass. Hey, I'm sorry.
Look, man,
okay, everybody keep looking at me.
Look, man,
when I say off the top, bro, you know. Like I said, wrestling, you know, I used to watch
that's
wrestling.
Chris Jericho.
I like you
listen.
Hey, growing up,
I come to rock and rolling.
You know, so I used to have all the sunglasses. Okay, let's say this. Everybody that's watching.
Back up a little bit
like
so your dreads ain't hitting the
bad.
microphone.
Like we said, everybody once upon a time was into wrestling. So and I say to say this. If you had a mattress,
oh dude.
You were wrestling on that motherfucker.
Hey,
if you had a bunk bed,
hold on. Darian. They used to come over to my grandma's house, right? Bro, we had these chairs that was like pillows, basically. We had 2 of them. We would lay those down, throw the covers over them. We had the couches on the side, and we would have our own wrestling matches.
But we used to wrestle like
we was suplexing each other, bro. Like we was doing a lot, bro. As kids. That's why I said I don't care who you are. You've watched.
You was doing some wrestling.
You watched it.
At some point in time.
You niggas watching.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody here done been Stone Cold Stunner before.
Everybody done been
Stone Cold.
You had hit a flying L drop.
You done been DDT. You done been powerbomb.
You done been choke slam.
You been rock bottom.
If you had a big nigga fucking with you, he didn't know what's that move when he put your ass up there and then slam.
Well, that's right.
You done been suplex.
You done been suplex.
And see, the thing about it is the person on the receiving end kind of helped you out with what move you're trying to do. If you're trying to do a suplex and the motherfucker grab you, when you're ready to jump, they jump with you. So you can get them in the air.
Hey,
now it's on you to do the rest.
Hey, when the Dudley boys first came out, bro, tell me who wasn't doing
bro.
Doing double team body slam
Bro,
moves. Like
when you grab motherfucker's
No,
legs, lift
well,
him up, and the motherfucker, the other person get him, get the table. But we use a trash can. We
Ric
use
Flair.
Woo!
Bro.
If you watching this, you ain't you a fucking liar. Even the
Okay.
women used to participate.
I gotta play.
Even the women used to participate. Like, but The Rock was my guy, bro. The swagger, you know what I'm saying? I had to get my glasses, little people's eyebrow. You know what I'm saying? Especially top to Ice and the Roni. The Rock said, The Rock. I was on that type of shit, bro. This shit take me back. And then I was the smallest out of everybody, right? So I thought I was Rey Mysterio. I do the 619 on motherfuckers. I'll be doing flips off the goddamn off the bed to, you know what I'm saying, on people, bro. Like, but damn, this shit take me back, man. That was my childhood. With the childhood, these kids these days will never know shit about that.
Spear, man. Spear.
Oh, Goldberg spear and the jackhammer.
Spear, yep. Man, I had to say, man, it was out of Goldberg and Stone Cold were one of my favorites, but The Rock is always my iconic favorite. Almost basically, I used to like always try to walk like him. My big ass was trying to walk like him every day. I thought I was The Rock when I was young, and The Rock. This is his swagger and how his stance of how he's about to do rock bottom when he's just started squatting down. It's like you can't get pumped off that. Even with the people's elbow. People's elbow is the best iconic fucking signature move ever. I don't care what nobody said.
And
I can't.
No.
Listen, I can't knock off Austin, man. But me, because of my love of wrestling and how I grew up to be, my main guy was Undertaker, hands down.
Yeah.
Up and down. He's the guy who made me into a wrestling fan. He's the guy I gravitated to. And when WWE used to come to the Boston Gardens up here on the weekends back in the day in the 90s, my mother used to take me. So I would see Undertaker going to the main event against Hulk Hogan for the title, and somehow, even though he would lose, he still get the tombstone on Hulk and puts that in the body bag, throw him over his shoulder, and walks to the back with it. That was so fucking awesome.
That shit
who
was
the hell would have not seen that as a kid? And you're sitting in the balcony seats watching this happen.
Blow your fucking mind.
Yeah.
But literally, my grandmother has a big ass box full of all the pay-per-views. If I wanted to watch a pay-per-view, we just went over there. She used to record all the paper. She was a big ass wrestling fan. I think this is when she stopped. When it started getting a little bit watered down, that's when she stopped recording that shit. She stopped really paying attention to it. But all the way to 2000, 4, 5. She got every pay-per-view out there, she got it. You know what I'm saying? We be just in there and like that kind of like when the older I got, even though I'm gonna say this, even though as a kid I knew it was fake, I still didn't want to believe it. I still like, man, this is real, man. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
it wasn't.
It's not fake though.
Hold on. Because I think everybody get it twisted with that. Like when people say like wrestling's fake, of course, some of the stuff is scripted. But them motherfucking body slams,
all that shit is legit.
Some of that shit ain't fake. Some people are really getting power drive through a goddamn floor. Like it's real to a certain extent, and that's why I respect it so much. Yeah, maybe they may use a razor blade on some points, but you getting power drived and power bombed on your back, that shit real, bro. That shit real.
But I didn't care back then because I loved it. I even had a wrestling birthday party.
Yes, you did.
I had a wrestling
I did too. Hey, I did too, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to think the funk here.
But you know what we can't jump past though? Look at Black shirt. Look at the shirt. Look at the off the top rope. That's NW. And he got a red and put a red and black one up, bro.
Go ahead,
put the red and black one up, bro.
You got the NW.
Put the red and black one up.
That shit took me
NWO.
back,
That's
bro.
Red and black. Let him
Come
know,
on, man.
Let him know,
man.
Let him know.
Never turn your back on the wolf pack.
You know the
he was season 2's colors, by the way. Imagine season 3's colors and season 4 that's about to come out. Believe me, man, I got more designs in store, man. These ain't
Cop
just
your
gonna be the
merch,
only
man.
joints that
Cop
you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be out there,
Merch.
man. It's saying every person in the group is gonna have their own signature shirt too.
That's crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
So
tell you,
I'm thinking about as a business, bro, like future, like no, everyone that have their own signature shirt lines and shit like that. Then boom, if you ever listen to the podcast, right? Okay, E Dukes always said 2 shits in a toilet seat flush. So one shirt's definitely gonna be the 2 shits emoji in a toilet seat flush. Like
Yes.
people gonna identify, like, okay, that's Duke's shirt because who else said that on his show? That's him. And everyone else will have their own individual shit that people can relate to, but one actual fire ass design for it.
It's,
Hey man,
that's
we on
kind
the
of
same.
idea
We on
I
the
wanted to
same
get
road.
for our
We on the
shirts.
same road.
man.
Mhm.
You gotta push them out there, man.
Try to, man. Got to, George. Got to.
Yeah, it's a different genre, man. When you get into like selling, like actually selling yourself, you know what I'm saying, and putting yourself out there as a brand, and you try to push merchandise. That's when you really know who fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? That's when you really know who's really on board.
Like I said, like we push it out there, but we
kind of like
we doing a bigger push this week.
Yeah, we doing a bigger push.
It's just like motherfucker been busy, like I'm saying, I've been on the grind, man. Like,
but I fuck with the shirts, so I definitely need to,
hey man, make sure you leave your link in the description. Hey, but like when we get to our official studio,
yes,
everybody that we fuck with, we're gonna have something of theirs in the room.
We gotta put your merchandise on the wall behind us. Like we're gonna do something. We're
gonna make sure we have everybody's shit.
Yeah, man. I definitely gotta say, you guys, when we get the biggest shipment coming, man, I'm gonna definitely get it.
Let me know, man. We're a cop for real. Like, we're a cop.
I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to get that white and black and that red and black, bro. Just to take it back one time for one time to end up. Oh,
I'm putting Rhino on the spot, man.
Yeah, Rhino, motherfucker.
Rhino.
Getting away with a lot of shit.
No. And I made it my sole purpose today to put Rhino on the spot. That's why I keep saying, Rhino, how you feel? Rhino, what got you really into wrestling? Like what really sparked you to be like, oh man, I love wrestling. Like for me, like my favorite wrestler, even though he did, I don't even know if he passed or not, but my favorite wrestler for some reason, I love me some Big Papa Pump, man.
Big Papa Pump?
I love Big Papa Pump.
No, Scott Steiner. He fell alive right now.
Oh damn!
That ain't Scott Steiner, is it?
Big Papa Pump. He was super
Big
buff.
That's
Then he had
Scott
that
Steiner.
shit.
The blonde or white
Yeah,
hair.
little
He
chain.
was using steroids.
Yeah, it was used. You could tell that motherfucker.
But my dude was. I think he was ripped.
Did he do some shit where he pump you in the air?
Yeah,
and then he throw your ass.
Big Papa Pump was what really got me in tune, bro. Like that was my guy, bro. But Rhino, what really got you into wrestling, G?
First and foremost, I have to say shout out to my older brother, my big brother, Melvin. He really got me into the wrestling. He used to watch it he never missed the episode. Still to this day, he doesn't miss an episode. But my favorite wrestler is really The Rock, but it really started transitioning to like, cause I did watch it, but John Cena, when John Cena stepped in, he started to fall off. He started to fall off. Like that little gimmick and that salute shit. I wasn't with it, but it's really the moves that people do, like Goldberg and the spear. That's my favorite. That's my favorite finisher, and I just always loved Goldberg and how this. I still watch his undefeated streak that he had. He go like 39. I'm not sure, but he went undefeated for a while. And like you said, Blackheart Undertaker was one of my favorites too. Like to go undefeated in all those WrestleManias, that's crazy. No matter how fake and real and scriptured it is, that shit is still amazing. But I mean, yeah, that's.
Undertaker?
I mean, the person that really grew, tell you the truth, the person that really grew on me was Triple H. Like this, how
I think Triple H grew on everybody.
I played that villain part.
Triple H had to grow on me too.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't like that motherfucker.
When the whole family shit was going on, and he
didn't like him. He was over there when he broke away from that and went off his own and became the heel.
Yeah.
Then that was when he became the most hated for like 2 years straight.
Yeah, like I didn't.
But I think every main character has became either an enemy and a hero and a villain.
I've always had a love hate for a lot of them motherfuckers. I think everybody besides Stone Cold and The Rock. But like Triple H, like I hated him at a point in time, and then I tried to come around like, oh, I fuck with him. Like, well, one of my favorites was Brock Lesnar. Like, I fuck with Brock Lesnar when he whooped the Hardy Boys' ass. I was like, who the fuck is this motherfucker?
Fucking Hardy
He
Boys.
whooped,
Crazy.
He whooped it. Hey, what was that? What was that guy? This was a Swanton Bomb.
Who did this? Who did that? Was a
Jeff
movie?
Hardy.
Oh, yes,
Jeff Hardy.
That was Jeff Hardy.
did
Jeff
the
Hardy.
same
Yeah,
Every
Jeff Hardy.
every motherfucker that thought they could do flips tried to do that goddamn move. Look, nigga, if you didn't do it right, you was fucking your back up.
thing.
Yeah.
You was fucking your back up.
Who did the frog
Yeah.
splash? That was rest in peace.
RV.
Who's that?
I mean,
Eddie
was
Guerrero.
Rob.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam.
Rob
Oh yeah,
Van
get it. Hey, yeah, Eddie
Yeah,
Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero and Robbie.
Man, rest in peace. That was a man.
That was a huge loss, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That
one.
That was a
that was
huge
yeah.
loss.
And
Hey,
Chris
wrestling,
Benoit too,
wrestling
man.
really gave you the imagination of heroes and villains, bro.
Yeah, it did.
It really did. Like,
As we call baby faces and heels, bro.
that's crazy though. Like we
You were so emotionally attached to this shit.
yeah.
We thought it was like Monday Night Raw. Okay, but if you had cable, you saw Monday Night Raw.
If you had cable.
For the ones that didn't have
I
cable,
had ton of sigil back there because of Monday Night Raw and Monday Nitro.
Yeah,
So
Monday
you
Nitro.
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 Oh my god, dude. Hold on, wait. I know we I gotta nerd out for a
go
second.
ahead, man.
What was the original WCW video game that we had on the Nintendo 64?
I was gonna get into that. I was gonna get into that, but I was gonna let everybody hit.
I know,
and
but
then
what
I
was that
gonna-
game? Because we played the
we
fuck out of
had-
that game.
Okay, it was WCW. Damn, I can't even remember.
Nitro?
We
the
played
name
that.
of
That
it.
was before Smack came out on PlayStation. Before
Nitro, Revenge, Mayhem. Which
It was
one?
probably Nitro.
it was maybe Mayhem. I think
Revenge?
it was Mayhem. On the 64,
Yeah.
I think it was Mayhem where you could create the first time they had it to where you could create your own character, and a lot of people was picking like them ninja dudes,
Yeah,
and their hands was kind of like this. Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
oh shit, and you be like, grab,
Was
oh,
it
bruh.
Was it Mayhem?
Okay.
Whatever one I had, I don't
Yeah, I
remember.
can't
It was on the
remember. It was a
64. though.
WC. I didn't. When
Man, the
WCW
best one
first
was
came out with their
WWE
games,
NWO Revenge. That was the best one that they had.
Which one?
WCW NWO Revenge.
Y'all had that.
we had that.
Y'all had that.
I didn't like when WCW first came out with their games. I didn't like it because the controls is all fucked up.
That
They
was
end
weird,
up
bro.
fixing that
Yeah.
because when WWF came out with their games, the controls was simple, easy to use. But WCW was like the total opposite.
Yeah.
I know y'all wanted to be opposite of them, but y'all didn't have to do the fucking controls that way. If the grab on motherfucker
Right.
was
If
B,
everybody
instead of
remembers
A,
the
Man, you know what I'm
the
saying?
Nintendo
And
64
they were the
controllers, they
same
were shaped like
developers,
a
too.
McDonald's
Yeah.
can.
yeah.
You had the da ba ba ba, and then you had the yellow C's. You had the
Mhm.
D-pad over here. The analog was in the middle.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think the first one, the WCW one came out.
And you,
It was like
everything.
grab.
It was B, the
It
grab.
was- yeah.
I'm
and then you
like-
press one of the up, left, right, down.
Yeah, it
or
was weird. I'm like, but you know, but
Smack fucked me up.
WWF was so simple. A to grab,
Mhm.
direction, wherever you want to throw
Yeah,
them, motherfucker.
yeah.
The controls, like they killed him on the controls.
Yeah.
But since we on this video game shit, what was your favorite wrestling video game? I'm gonna tell y'all mine was No Mercy.
No Mercy was raw. But I had to say,
No Mercy is
I had to
fine.
say WrestleMania 19 for the GameCube was my favorite
Yo,
one.
I gotta say,
I'm not into that one.
SmackDown Shut Your Mouth for the PlayStation 2.
SmackDown shit. I think y'all had that on PlayStation.
Because that fucking control panel for that game was so fucking simple, it made N64s look the shame.
The last SmackDown I bought, I think it was SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. That's the last one I bought on PlayStation 2.
Whichever one made it to where whichever one came out first that you can take motherfuckers backstage to the locker room and beat their ass.
That was like the
the first
2000
SmackDown.
something. I think that was on like PlayStation, wasn't it?
That shit was crazy.
That had to be like
Every
PlayStation
time I went over their house, they had a new SmackDown wrestling.
PlayStation 2.
So I was like, whichever one you could go back to the goddamn locker rooms and throw a motherfucker back there and beat their
That
ass.
was like
That
SmackDown
was
Shut Your
mine.
Mouth. That had been the first one. That had been the very first SmackDown.
The very first one. That
Yeah.
shit was crazy to me. Where you can really like take a motherfucker and throw them. And we would literally just throw each other until we get to the back of the goddamn
And
building.
the thing was, you could create your own character, and then you have your character go through his own storyline and shit like that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's crazy because nowadays I think the new WrestleMania games that's coming
I
out,
ain't played that shit.
but
so
the
I don't
newest
know.
ones, bro, they character creation.
It probably
You
is
can
better. I
create
mean,
some
we in the new
motherfuckers be
time.
creating Teletubbies,
But
Power
that
Rangers,
ain't doing
the
shit.
Flintstones.
I'm sorry. I like I said,
Yo,
that last
listen,
wrestling game I
yo,
bought
listen,
was
I have
2007.
that game
So
that
that
you're
was
talking about,
over
and
10
believe
years
me,
ago.
I don't know
But
half the stuff that these people create. They take so much time to create all these crazy
but
characters like
it
Venom and
was
Spider-Man.
wasn't
And a
it
whole
one of these
like that.
wrestling games that had like a big ass bug in it and it kind of threw a lot of people off?
I think it was the
It was
first
like a couple
WrestleMania.
years ago. No. It's recent, like a couple years
No,
ago.
20. No, 2K20 was the recent one.
2K.
Was that the that wasn't it? Because it was before that. It was like had a whole bunch of bugs and then nobody want to play that shit. Because 2K got all the wrestling games. They got the licensed wrestling games.
Now, yeah, that's the
now.
only wrestling game you can get is like the 2K. Is it WWE 2Ks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
them the only ones you can get now. I think everybody done straight away. Like when we was younger, it was different companies making different wrestling games. Now it's just just like FIFA and just like Madden. Like you only have one football game. You have one basketball game because motherfucking
Live
2K.
can't get their shit
Live
right,
can't get their shit right. Everything is just steered towards one type of sports game, which is kind of
and
fucked up.
it's fucked up because you only could choose between one.
Yeah.
Back then we could choose between multiple. Okay, your shit garbage, I'm gonna go to them. Your competitor got what I like. You know what I'm saying? You can choose
over here and shit like that. And then you see the different developers crashing and crumbling throughout the years, and then it's only one of them that had the main software. Because why? Microsoft.
Yeah, and it's trash, man. Don't nobody want to be succumbed to one type of variety of sports games. They need to bring back EA Big. I know we on video games and we nerding out, but EA Big set the standard for what we want in sports games. Yeah. We want the abnormal. We don't want just, man, I just run up and down the court, shoot a basketball, and create my stats. No, nigga, we want street. We want NFL Street. We want FIFA Street.
Well, then nigga, you ain't playing NBA 2K21.
Real, man.
You told me I ain't playing that shit. Nigga shoot from half court. I ain't playing that.
But one thing I used to love about the wrestling games back in the day,
imagination.
You got one TV.
Yes.
4 people.
Yes.
Yep.
You motherfucking troll. You couldn't troll back then because you get your ass whooped. Because the person you whooping their ass
off your mic.
My bad, man. The person ass that you whooping and you talking shit is right next to you.
Yeah.
So you better hope this damn fight, this damn wrestling match will turn to an actual fight. Because it's been numerous times I want to whoop his ass. You can talk that shit right then and there. Hey, boy. You had to be strong-willed back then because you know what I'm saying, you getting your ass whooping the motherfucker right next to you instead of over the internet talking shit. Like literally like
niggas be sitting there
man, I can still up on his ass right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, especially when the motherfucker this was a big thing. Oh, damn, he dropped off. A motherfucker who know how to there you go. A motherfucker who knew how to reverse real good. Mm-hmm. Oh, those was the most hated people.
When they first initiated that, the reversal. Oh man, motherfucker, their ass beat.
I can say that was skill.
That became the safety net for all those wrestling games. When the reversals started coming into play, forget it. That was when everyone knew when to strike, when not to strike, and let things play out the way that it to really give that feel of an actual game.
It was a timing thing.
It was a game changer.
That's how you knew who was good at the game, when I know how to time your every goddamn move.
I'm telling y'all, when I moved over to SmackDown, it was a completely different genre. I'm used to just like grabbing you, hit down, and I do a certain move. Nah, when SmackDown came out, it was like, yeah, bro, you can reverse that shit. You can punch a nigga and reverse that shit. You can throw a nigga off the ropes and reverse that shit. Like you can do a lot of different stuff.
You mistime that shit.
Yeah. I was amazed. Every time I played a SmackDown game, I was like, oh my God, they taking it to another level. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, no mercy.
Yeah. No fucking mercy, bro.
There ain't no mercy.
No fucking mercy.
And then when you get down there, you gotta tap the button real fast to try to get up out that shit. Your tactics gonna be on point.
But
yeah.
All right, so we went video games, y'all. We went.
But it's got to do
I don't know
with
how the fuck we get here.
Wrestling, bro. It's like that memories. We should know that was gonna happen.
Hey, but that just shows you like wrestling has, like I said, wrestling has played a big part in everybody's lives, bro. Like it has.
It has.
Yeah.
You know how many creative people that I had created throughout all those trilogy of games? I so many creative people that was like ridiculous. Like you put time into those shits.
Time. I wanted to get a wrestling game for Christmas every year when
we was always
WCW
guaranteed
came
to
out.
get some Christmas game, some wrestling game on Christmas.
Yeah, some type of wrestling game every year on Christmas.
So my question to you, Black,
Royal Rumble.
bro, tell us like from when you was a kid to the stretch to now, like have your emotions changed towards wrestling from then to now? Like, how do you feel about how you was when you was young to how you are now? Like, how do you feel the wrestling, what would you call it, the wrestling federation have changed to as you are as an adult?
Like although you know what you know what I'm saying.
Well, my bladder ain't shit.
It ain't. That usually be me. Although you know that, like I kind of know what I'm getting with this wrestling. Like I know it ain't real. Well, if I has to say, what makes you keep going with it?
I think it's because of my mother, man. My mother was a wrestling fan. And I think even with her, she knew it that it was fake, but she was so entertained. So I think being from that aspect and me being as the only person in my family that still watches it. So for me, I take it as like, if I'm gonna use this love and hobby that I love so much and try to manifest it into something, why not do something that only I feel good about? You know what I'm saying? So over the years, as we see it started getting from bloody to gory and shit like that to start getting watered down and shit like that, I understood. We understood what that company was going to head into anyway. So, IPOs, the stock market, and now these sponsorships kicked in. Now you see a more watered down kiddish program that we watch today. For me, it's not about what's scripted and shit like that. I think it's more about the wrestling aspect. It's more about getting in the ring and getting your ass whooped. It's more about these hidden talents, as I would call them, these hidden gems like Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, AJ Styles. Those are the guys you gravitate to that you be like, you still believe in because it's still professional fucking wrestling in this thing. And people want to make a mockery out of something that we grew up with. But I say to people all the damn time, these people go to wrestling school. These people are going to the gym to get in their body right and learn how to take a fucking bump. If basketball players would have done that shit, they wouldn't even last long. So you gotta put respect on any wrestler from the indies to who's in the gym right now training, who's in the independent just trying to get their fucking names out there to get to the big stage. To get to that big money, that they can live a couple of fucking life. That's a job to them. That's a lifestyle to them. That's their choice.
You still, like, even with all that, you still got to be athletic. Not only athletic, you got to be entertaining too. If the people don't gravitate to you, I don't give a fuck how athletic you is. You're not gonna make it. Nope.
And that's where your gimmick, and that's where your gimmick comes into play. Your gimmick is going to gravitate towards certain audiences. That's going to be your main core of fans. You know what I'm saying? So perfect.
Have you seen Young Rock? Have you seen the episodes of Young Rock?
No, I haven't.
It's actually a good show. He was talking about selling the gimmick in the first episode. Like he explained selling the gimmick.
What does that mean?
So basically, it means that it means like what they do, like their charisma. They're selling the wrestling
ring to them. It's like you're basically selling yourself to the audience. So basically, I'm gonna come out as a cocky motherfucker. I want these artists to believe that I'm a scumbag. I'm gonna pull some scumbag shit to make you think I'm really this scumbag in the ring. That's my gimmick.
Exactly.
So you play along with
you gotta know
psychological.
You gotta know how to market yourself when it comes to wrestling.
So does every superstar come into the game? I say superstar because everybody that we know that we favor are superstars. So does every superstar come into the game if it's a gimmick? Do they come into the game as a villain first? Because I seen that a lot.
No, not all of them do.
Not all of them. Not all of them
do.
So who hasn't came into the game as a villain first?
Wait. But I think it's really based on like how the company views you. If the company views you like, okay, you look more of a baby face than a heel, so we're gonna put you here for right now and test you out and see where this goes. If this thing progresses to where it evolves and he can get over as a baby face, he or she for that matter, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna run with it. But if they feel like you're more of a heel, then you look at a heel.
I would say this too. What makes it rivalries.
Rivals, yeah.
Stone Cold and The Rock was a good rivalry. Stone
Triple
Cold and
H and
Vince
Shawn
Michaels. That was a
McMahon
different time,
was a
though.
hell of a rivalry.
That was a different time.
Stone Cold versus
Yeah.
Triple H was a rivalry. Undertaker Big Show was a fucking rivalry. Even when Kane,
Undertaker and Kane was a rivalry.
Mhm.
Bret Hart and Shawn
rivalries,
Michaels was a
rivalries
rivalry.
made a damn
Shawn
good
Michaels versus
entertainment.
Triple H was a rivalry. I can keep
Who?
going with that.
Who was that?
Who you say?
I said Shawn Michaels and Triple H was a good
Shawn
rivalry.
Michaels.
Yeah.
Remember the rivalry between Kevin Nash and Triple H
When they was
because of
fighting for Stephanie's love.
Man.
Oh,
They
that
had
was that
stories
test.
out this world that just span like,
yeah.
never know like a
Ric
motherfucker.
Flair and Vince McMahon's rivalry. That was the craziest. This was a battle between a superstar and the goddamn president of the corporation. Like, how big of a rivalry do you have to have than that?
And you know what? One person we ain't talking about who's a big impact on wrestling too, in my generation, was Sting. How many of you motherfuckers got
Yeah.
put in
Yeah.
I gotta give
How many
a round
motherfuckers
of
got
applause
put in
to
Scorpion?
that.
Sting
He came
rode
up
around with a
with
bat,
boy,
bro.
man.
A
For
bat.
real, bro.
You catching all this?
And I'm gonna keep it all the way true. Sting made NWO.
He did. He did make NWO.
I don't give a fuck. All the people in there, everybody fuck with Sting. Because remember, he
Yeah.
had the white and black face paint.
Wait a second.
He changed it to the red and black face paint. Sting did, man. Come
Hold
on.
on.
Now.
You know,
Go
I
ahead,
like
go ahead.
Steve Nash.
You know, somebody,
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash, my bad. Kevin Nash was.
somebody you didn't mention though, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is like Joe to me, like he's kind of a new, but he.
Goddamn, right now.
That man,
Samoa
I saw him on
Joe.
TNA. I fell in love with him. I fell in
Damn,
love with
bro.
Samoa Joe on TNA.
Hold on. So who was the starting characters of NWO?
I know with Sting.
Wasn't Hulk Hogan one of the original?
Kevin Nash.
Okay, wait. He's gonna get these two confused for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Black and white, right? Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Let's go.
Then was then it became like then it became Big Show, Ted DiBiase, Virgil, and all the other motherfuckers came into play. The one that he's thinking, the NWO Wolfpack, Kevin Nash,
Wolfpack.
Conan, Sting, Lex Luger, and who's the fifth one? Macho Man.
Ooh.
You know what was crazy? I used to love wrestling so much. My mom would let me and my brother stay up late to watch it. Cause you know we'd be coming on the same time. Well, over here we in Central Time. So it's different in your time. Like
9 o'clock.
It'd come on like 8. And then sometimes because our bedtime was like 10. Sometimes it'd go over to like 11, almost 11:30. She'll let us stay up and watch it. But that's how much when we be at school the next day. Hey man, did you see what happened is? Oh, you kids today just don't know what y'all fucking missing.
Bro, going to a live SmackDown event. Like I went to my first SmackDown event with a guy unnamed because we ain't giving no clout. But I went to my first SmackDown event when I really realized how much shit did they do after the show. I was like, damn, it was a whole nother show after the original broadcasted show.
You don't see because we be in commercial.
Yeah, we be in commercial.
And like
that's crazy.
And
man.
then like when they be on tour, I was like, bro, it only comes on like twice a week. Like, what you mean on tour? Them motherfuckers should be on tour every single fucking day. I was like, and then you just never know, like, God damn, okay, we don't see this on TV.
But you know what?
We don't see it on
it's
TV.
Different for us though, like, because our generation growing up, it was in our face. I don't think wrestling's in your face no more. Like, we had commercials, toys.
But that's because they switched to a network.
Now it's not really in your face no more. It kind of goes under the radar. Like if you're a wrestling fan, you're gonna follow it. But if you're not a wrestling fan, like what are you gonna see?
Speaking of wrestling,
the only way to find out about those is like keep up with like the dirt sheets or certain
you gotta actually follow it.
Something like that may come to suffice nowadays.
How you feel about that? Is it AEW wrestling? How you feel about that?
Wrestling?
What is that? That's like
come on, like TNT. How you feel about that?
That's like the C class, right?
No,
I mean,
right now,
promoted like a motherfucker.
Go ahead.
Listen, this is more of like the hybrid between WCW and ECW had a baby. This is AEW right here.
But you know them outside. I'm gonna say outside because WWE is the man with
the main shit. Yeah.
But you know little outside companies they always try to go get that one superstar that'll bring your
over.
attention
Yeah.
to them. Like, I think AEW, who they got? They got somebody. I think it's Miz that they got.
Bro, I didn't know the Miz was
no. Was it Moxley?
TV show.
Yeah.
Brian Cage, you mean Christian?
They got somebody on
Christian
AEW
Cage?
that was on WWE.
Christian Cage was the latest signing.
Okay.
They got Chris Jericho.
And before that,
Jericho old in a
and before that show, it was another show that they had. Fuck, who did they have? I think it was Kurt. I want to say Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, that was TNA. That was TNA.
TNA
Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, TNA Impact. They had like somebody from, you know,
off the shit.
Man,
They
it's
had
gonna be
Kurt
all right.
Angle, they took
I'm excited,
This
bro.
nigga like, oh
They
shit,
had-
dreads all over the microphone.
Hey, you know, let's say
That's where AJ Styles came from.
I should be having my mic right now, talking my shit. So
Nah, but keep going because
Stop
I'm digging this right now.
But you know them, like who they have on TNA? They had somebody that was big on WWE. to bring
Booker
them
T.
over. It's like
Booker
they
T.
get a whole bunch of retired people to come through there and show their face.
Yeah, they got Mick Foley on there too. They took
Mick
Mick Foley.
Foley, oh my god.
Mick
How
Foley
many
was on
motherfuckers got
TNA.
sake in y'all mouth?
Mick Foley was on TNA.
One of
too.
the most iconic moments is Mankind versus Undertaker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
People
chokeslammed him through the
The Hell in a
cage,
Cell.
bro.
Oh,
The
that was the
cage?
Hell in a Cell.
Hey, who had the goddamn kendo sticks? Who was running around beating niggas with kendo sticks, bro?
Sandman.
He was beating the fuck out of people with kendo stick. And when he hit you with a kendo stick, you heard the sound. And it was like, God damn, I don't
It
want
was
to get
just
hit with no
incredible.
kendo
Just
stick.
incredible. He had the Singapore cage too at one point.
That's crazy.
That's keep it true too.
Oh my god.
Shamrock.
Woo.
Put a lot of you
Ken
motherfuckers.
Shamrock.
Ken Shamrock
Yes.
put a lot
Hey,
of you
you know,
motherfuckers on
Shamrock,
UFC.
Ken
Shamrock, he's still wrestling now,
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
He
He
didn't
put a
really.
lot of motherfuckers on. Whether he was good or not, you knew who Kim Shamrock was. And you see him on another network, a lot of them motherfuckers went
I wanna-
over to UFC because of Kim Shamrock.
Question, Black.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the whole UFC WWE cross with like Brock Lesnar and
That's our promotion, bro.
what's old
No,
girl?
no. Brock Lesnar did switch over to you.
Yeah, what's
And he
old
did
girl?
good.
Old girl,
Yo,
my favorite
yeah.
UFC fighter is
Yo.
a female. Shit, what's her name?
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda
She
Rousey.
always been UFC first though.
No, Ronda Rousey was UFC.
She's
and
in
then she went
wrestling
to
now.
WWE. Yes. How do you feel about like the whole crossover? How do you feel about the crossover, basically? Like with them people, wrestlers, these ain't even just wrestlers, these are superstars.
Okay. Would you say that
going
too?
from UFC to WWE, I mean UFC to WWE?
But
How do you feel about them doing the
before
crossover?
you answer, you could put that in the same realm as rappers trying to be ball players trying
Right.
to
Rappers ain't no goddamn ball players. Who you talking
some
about?
rappers can't hoop, bro.
Quavo?
No, so yeah.
I'm talking about that motherfucker. Like
P.
P.
You just said you ain't talking because you look like him. God damn it. Quavo
Like
can
P.
hoop,
All right,
nigga.
wait.
I know that nigga can't.
We
P.
on wrestling.
Okay, go
How
ahead.
do you feel about the crossover,
Wait. So his theory is his theory is correct though. Like some rappers become ball players become rappers, right? Look at Damian Lillard for crying out loud. He makes mixtapes on the side and still plays ball. So if he can manage to do both, with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving benefit of the doubt that, you know what I'm saying, he might just be able to make that tour. Now, back to that other thing. Wrestling to MMA, good and bad because of multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
For a perfect prime example, Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Those two have able to do both. Now, certain people are not cut out to do going from the boxing ring or MMA ring to the actual wrestling ring to where it's like now you're so used to only training to do one date compared to you traveling to do 250 dates. And that accumulates on your body and shit like that. And that's how most people don't survive that far. So certain people are cut out for it because of the time and the scheduling that wrestling has compared to what MMA has.
Mm-hmm.
But vice versa, if you can get away with both and be able to set a standard and be impactful in both companies, then you pull a Brock Lesnar out your ass like, nah, I don't want this money. You know what I'm saying? I can sit on the sideline for a whole nother year until when the next WrestleMania comes around. I'll still take some fights over here, fight twice, get paid for those, and then I'll come work for you afterwards.
But
He would have to
is it
up the game.
like, but is it like I feel like MMA is like the I don't really want to say realer side, but at the same time, MMA, you know what you're getting. Like you're gonna get punched in the face in MMA, right?
Mhm.
And plus the training's different, whatever the case. But is it I feel like Ronda Rousey was kind of running from the realness of the fight when she switched over to WWE.
I feel like she got exposed.
Yeah,
for
but
her being like who she really was. Like she was still a good fighter, but
that's what I'm saying.
She got her ass whooped like twice back to back, and like you said, she ran from it.
I feel like she couldn't take an L.
I feel like she can't take no more L's because her mental couldn't take it. I don't think her mental could take it.
So she went over to the side where it's like it's more scripted.
But
not saying that it's fake.
I'm gonna say
it's more scripted.
It can be true. Like a lot of that shit went down on Ronda Rousey because she was talking about Floyd Mayweather. And then when she got her ass whooped, that's when all that shit came down on her. Like black people let her have it, and as well as we should have, because you over here talking about that you can whoop this man ass, he ain't this, he ain't that, and then you go out and get your ass whooped, and you can't take it. You can give it, but you can't take it.
She didn't.
She got her
let's be real.
ass.
She didn't just
She
lose.
did
She beat out her. Like she got the shit beat down her leg.
You know
but it's like I feel like she ran to the WWE at first when they first said like, "Hey, we want you over here." She ran to that organization because it's like, damn, I know I can go over here. I can be a winner because they want me here.
But then again, she's still a star, and
Superstar.
That audience she can bring
superstar.
The audience she brought over there was going to follow her over there.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, I don't know why she ran from it, because like your people still gonna fuck with you. MMA, you're gonna take some wins and losses, because one thing I love about MMA is. I'm saying this. One thing I love about MMA that I don't like about boxing, you're gonna see the best fight the best.
Yes.
So you're going up against top-notch competition every single time.
So my
question, like boxing, like where you just could
my question to y'all is, my question to everybody basically is, with that being said, with Brock Lesnar as well as Ronda Rousey, is it running? When you go back to the WWE?
No, because Brock Lesnar has some success in
I feel like it's running, bro.
He has success in
the real, and you're going to not the fake, but you're going to the scripted.
But he has success in that.
But Brock Lesnar has success in both. Go ahead, Black, my bad.
Wait, but Brock Lesnar has success in both. So he able to have the upper hand to be like, yo, if Vince would have called his phone today and been like, yo, bro, I want you to come back for WrestleMania. How much money are you offering me, Vince? If it's something that he's not going to pay, he's going to be like, no, Vince. Like, he got upper hand to be like, yo, you don't have to do it because I worked here before and I'm obligated to come back whenever that you need me to. Certain wrestlers do it because they got no choice and they need the money, or they don't want to lose their spot. Brock Lesnar don't give a shit about that. He only gives a shit about how he's gonna get paid. Same thing like Ronda. Ronda left because obviously she ran away from that second fight. Yes. And because Triple H came knocking on the door right afterwards, it was like, hey, since you've been at WrestleMania last year, why don't you come this year? Then we'll get you trying to warm up and maybe get that wrestling bug, and then you can kind of come over here and bring some of your fans over here to try to get more recognition and shit.
And why is it though? Like, why is it only the superstars that you see switching from wrestling to UFC? Why is it none of these mediocre, the people that are in the in-between line that are switching from UFC?
CM Punk tried to
WWE. It's about what can you do for me?
The entertainment value. Money and more important, the entertainment value. So say like this.
Entertainment value. Goddamn right.
So
that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
So what about Conor McGregor, right? He was supposed to then make an appearance for WWE. How come that hasn't happened yet?
Because if he make a switch to WWE,
he's pretty much the controversial entertainment character that I think WWE wants right now to gravitate the fans to go over here.
That's why him and that Floyd fight was so big. But we knew what Floyd was gonna bring, but because Conor was a knockout artist in UFC, they thought he could knock out Floyd. Come on, man! Boxing and UFC, so
they wasn't even gonna allow that to happen.
Floyd,
that shit's scripted, bro.
Floyd, that wasn't scripted. Floyd knew what he was doing. But anyways, but if Conor go to to wrestling,
I feel like
Conor gonna be the biggest thing in wrestling.
You have a Conor McGregor, which comes from a light of I have to knock you. Let's be real. UFC is I have to knock you the fuck out.
Too, when he fought when he fought Mayweather too, was a similar background as McGregor, right?
Yeah.
And then the similar fight happened in that same fight that he had.
But if you look at Conor McGregor, like for one, Conor McGregor for me hasn't been who he was built up to be for the last 2 years.
Ever since he fought Floyd,
it seemed like
that's because he's comfortable. He
his
getting money now.
Percentage has went down.
He getting money now. He like, I ain't gotta work twice as hard no more. I'm getting money.
But don't you think at that standpoint, at that stature, once you get to that level, it's like, nigga, money is being created for you. It's not even like, oh, I gotta fight. No, nigga, you're people are throwing money at you at that point. So the love for the fight, the love for your league isn't there anymore. Because you know you can be like, hey man, I just want to go to boxing. All right, cool. We're gonna make you fight so-and-so, and the money's there. And that kind of degrades your brand as a whole.
Nah, it's about marketing, bro. It don't degrade
everything is so fucking saturated nowadays, bro. You can't trust none of this shit.
That is true. You can't trust that
saturated.
Shit. Right. It's all about marketing. It's all about what can you do for me?
Yeah, well, have you done
right. It's all about how much money can you bring in. By
how much money can you bring in to add to the billions that we're making?
And some people can do that.
And some people can't. Some people need to be influenced to do other things to get that notoriety.
I don't feel like there should have ever been a crossover between wrestling and UFC. I feel like if you're gonna be on one brand,
I'm gonna say that, bro. Because
if that was the case, then we would never have Ken Shamrock. If that's the case, we would never have did
But what has Ken Shamrock done for the UFC? He went to UFC. It don't matter, bro. You went to the UFC and start being a failure. You ain't made no big name because you do mixed martial arts. Like, what have you done for? But bro, everybody that's crossed over has
I would have never known about the UFC if I didn't watch Ken
besides
Shamrock.
Brock Lesnar. Because Brock Lesnar
came later though, but I knew about it because of Ken Shamrock. I didn't know about it. They may have some good fighters that I didn't know about. Right. I knew Ken Shamrock.
But you said Ken Shamrock, but what has say it again, Black.
So I was saying Ken Shamrock was already doing MMA stuff in the early 90s before
wrestling. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But like only when he switched to wrestling, when he went to the wrestling side and then went back to the UFC, what did he do from then to now? He didn't do nothing that was like, oh, we remember Ken Shamrock from way back. No,
but we knew
he started failing when he went to the UFC.
But we knew who he was. He put eyes on the UFC.
Matter, bro.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you.
I don't want to watch a nigga that's been heavy over here come over here. No. We gotta go way back. He was heavy over here, went here, did good.
But he was already doing the UFC thing before UFC had even exist.
Yeah.
So the matter he still had that background already into it. He got in the wrestling ring. He'd been in it for 4 years, and then he transitioned over. He's already broken the fuck down by that time period.
When he went back over though, what did he do for us though?
It's still the fucking same.
You know what? I'm a casual. I don't watch MMA like that. I might have no one in them motherfuckers.
Two different sports, right? That's two different training methods. That's two different schedules. One of them is easy, and one of them is much more one is crucial.
I'm gonna tell you about the everyday casual fan. I don't know none of these motherfuckers. I know Ken Shamrock.
Of course.
I know Brock Lesnar. So because I know them, I'm gonna pay attention. Companies know that. Why the fuck they there? Why you think they get paid more than your average? And that's why a lot of them people that get in there get their ass whooped because you making 10 times more than me. And motherfucker, I do this shit every day.
And that's they
you
only
a
motherfucker.
You basically a celebrity coming over
here. That's how you
know what I'm saying?
Damn, boy, my bladder is
feel about Brock Lesnar too. You know what I'm saying? How he can come back to the company, basically get the title right, or basically the title right the fuck back and whoop anyone's ass, and then they book him to be this monster. You know what I'm saying? It's the same coin. If he would have went back to UFC and then he whooped everyone's ass to get the title back, it's the same thing.
And a lot of that be when your favorite wrestler go to like MMA, you want to believe that shit that they do in that wrestling ring, they gonna do over there. Like Brock Lesnar, big motherfucker. All right, he whooping ass in the wrestling ring. I know he gonna whoop some ass in the UFC. He got his ass whooped by Frank Mir the first time.
He did.
But he came back and beat his ass the second time. But that first time was like, damn, Brock, like this motherfucker had you submitting. Like I'm thinking you this big dude that you could get away from. In my eyes, Brock Lesnar was the Hulk to me. In my eyes.
All right.
He destroyed everything that come his way. But then when he let Frank Mir put him in a submission, and then it was like what? What the fuck?
Hey, listen, man. Certain
But
people
then,
have weaknesses.
Real.
like I said, he
You know what
made
I'm
up
saying?
for it the
Certain people
second
do
go
have
around.
weaknesses, though. Like,
A
what's the
real
main thing
submission.
about big guys, right? Big guys may be heavy on the top, but the weak, but the weak on the legs.
And that is true.
So they're gonna go after any type of leg submissions to try to get them to submit that way. Because all your mass muscle is on top, not on your legs.
That is true.
Or hinge your head. Hence why Frank Mir had won that fight, right? By submission. It was no knockout. He knew what the fuck he was getting his ass into. He was like, okay, I can't beat it by straight punches to size, but I can definitely take his ass down and, you know what I'm saying, and make him suffocate to tap out.
And that's exactly what he did.
Talk about that strategy.
I feel like they move over for different purposes, man. Because the training, I think the training is a lot more intense when they go to UFC.
It's different. Like you like you said, mixed martial arts. It's mixed martial arts for
It's
me.
more,
Yeah, it's
but
real.
it's more suitable.
That shit is
When
real.
you do the UFC way than the wrestling ring. The wrestling ring is like you gotta travel around to find a gym to go in there to get in a few hours before you gotta do everything the fuck else. You're
Right.
already like this. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta make a date. You gotta be there at a certain time to even get
It's a
prepped up.
show.
You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
show.
But either or, especially, you know what I'm saying? Especially for the indie show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Indie people will have to say what have to do the similar thing, and they travel around making their dates.
As long as they make it, they're fine.
As long as they make it, they're fine. But
They're
still,
fine.
similar thing to UFC fighters, except they got more time. They can train for 6 months and then go in to do one fight for what, 15 minutes, a half an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Brock Lesnar got the upper hand? He's like, nah, if I'm going to be doing a wrestling match for 20 minutes, pay me this much.
Exactly.
Which ones are the most paid, though? Do we know that? Do we know which ones are the most paid? Are MMA fighters or WWE?
WWE.
He's the most. Who
WWE.
are the most paid fighters?
WWE.
WWE is.
Mm-hmm.
Most paid fighters?
WWE.
Yeah, because I said they get paid by salary.
Because they sign bigger contracts than UFC. UFC got a commission and all that. I mean, wrestling do too, but
They're owned by Disney.
the bigger name you are, the more money you're gonna make in WWE.
Yeah.
Right. So, like for instance, Roman Reigns gotta be worth like $750 grand right now.
Yeah, like even like with
$750 grand for maybe like 4 years and shit like that. So by the time I think the next 2 more years after this contract's about to be up to be renewed, they're gonna pick him right the fuck back up and it signs him for maybe $1 million.
That's crazy. Golly, man. All right, man. This just shows you how much money it is to be made.
It's money to be made out there, bro. 2021.
That's
ain't no way hell you should be broke.
And entertainment.
Bro, these wrestlers, man, like they be getting like they're getting paid like a decent amount of money, but you know that's why you see like people like Xavier Woods, Big E, Kofi doing like the whole YouTube thing. You know what I'm saying? That shit.
What happened with Kofi, man? He went from the group. No, he went from being alone to with the group. What is going on with the group now? I think they got a new group going on.
They split up Big E. They put him on SmackDown right now, so he's the Intercontinental Champion. And Xavier Woods and Kofi, they're on Raw holding the Raw tag team titles right now.
Damn.
They done turned Kofi into a little bit of everything. He done been the main protagonist. He done been a superstar. He done been with a crew. Kofi done been everything.
He's been in mixed tag teams.
He done been everything.
He's been.
They had their own fucking cereal. Who the fuck has their own fucking cereal?
Fucking booty, bro. Yeah, I know. And Uncle Fast went on a tirade yesterday, recording this shit. And he made a tirade about Xavier Woods' whole shit and the whole Bootios. Like, who the fuck would eat a fucking cereal that named Bootios?
Bootios,
bro. These little kids, they don't know what the fuck they're doing right now because they're being fucking programmed. So understand that.
I think when you if you actually bought a cereal, it's not even like their cereal. It's just like the box. Like you just get the box. They say Bootios, but it's more like Fruit Loops or Apple Jacks or some shit. It was crazy.
No, listen, man.
Yeah, we ain't gonna hold everybody.
Everybody too much low. Hey, we definitely getting on top ropes to talk about this shit some more.
We gotta bring you back, Black.
Or like I said, we're gonna be on his show. That's all right. We're gonna be on. We're gonna be on top rope.
When we got a cameo, Black. When we got a cameo, bro.
Man, listen, you let me the fuck know, man. I can get you guys on whenever.
Hell
Bet
yeah,
that.
that's what I'm
Bet that.
talking
Say
about.
Man, I
that.
can get you guys on whatever, man. You guys just gotta let me know and who here's gonna be in here, so I can try to look at the lineup for my guys today. Okay, who's available that day?
But like always, bro, like,
Y'all might be working. Y'all gonna get home to like around 6. I might need y'all two to come with me. Come on, y'all gonna be.
we appreciate you, man. Let everybody know. Let all the supporters know where they can find you at, what you got going on. Let them know the merchandise, everything, bro. Right now, before we get up out of here.
Man, this is Blackheart, OTTR's head honcho, man. You can find this on Google Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Radio Public Podcasts, Breaker Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Podbean, and YouTube. Check out the new episode later on. Every new episode, every Sunday, 6 p.m. premieres on every platform that we are accessible to and YouTube. Search for us. Social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Off the Top Ropes. It's not difficult to type in, folks. It's easy. You know what I mean? And when you can find the t-shirts, man, I'll give you guys the link so we'll be able to try to figure that out. But otherwise, DM me personally at Blackheart Linsky on Instagram or email offthetopropepodcast@gmail.com.
And Black, I'm gonna let you know, bro. Like, for one, I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, for hitting me up directly. I try to show love to everybody, bro. Like, and I really appreciate what you got going on, man. For one, shout out to 1130 Podcast with Dre, bro. Dre showing so much love. I've been on like 2 shows with Dre. So we definitely gotta bring you back, bro. And like, let us know, man, so we can get some shirts from you, so we can cop some merch. Cause I hit everybody up about their merchandise, and they be like, motherfuckers don't be wanting me to get their merch or something. I'm like, bro, what size you got?
Like,
let me know. I'm trying to cop. And then they disappear. So I love the shirts that you got going. I love the NWO nostalgia, bro. Let me know, get us the shirt so we can show it on the podcast.
Listen, man, I got you, man. Just I gotta take you guys' orders then when I make the next shipment request orders. I gotta get you guys the sizes and stuff, and then I'll definitely put your thing down on the list.
Hell yeah, man. We appreciate you coming through.
Made, and once some things come into me, yo, give me that address, and then I'll send them off.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Because we didn't have no guests for this week, bro.
Didn't, man? And he tapped in at the last minute. We appreciate it. We fuck with those who fuck with us, man.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
That's real.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. That's real, man. Because like with Dre on Wheels, like on his, it's just like it kind of elevated everything else. So I'm like, yo, to give back, you gotta show love to them too. So I'm like, yo, I'm willing to make guest spots, you know what I'm saying? Just try to put the podcast on, but try to come on and have a great episode on, you know what I'm saying, on their joint. So I was taking requests all day and weekend. So I was on one yesterday with one of my other people. So the Sensibly Cynical podcast too. So check them out as well. I'm gonna be on there talk about the WrestleMania history. What's going on with the current WrestleMania coming up live this week. This is a long ass wrestling week, so I gotta free up my damn brain and have my notepad and really sit there and take notes. I got a whole week of wrestling to sit and take notes on so I can do the show next week. So I got a busy week ahead of me, dog. But definitely, man, whenever you want to come on in, we definitely have a special After Dark episode strictly for y'all, man.
Hell yeah, man. Let us know, man. But we got to end it like we always end it, bro. Shout out to the blackgen.com, our sponsors. Hit us up, hit that slash off your chest for the extra 10% off, man. Rhino, you got anything else you want to say to the supporters before we get up out of here?
Thanks for coming by, Blackheart. Straight up. And I love talking about wrestling. I'm glad that you have a podcast for it. And I hope to see you soon, man.
Okay, well, you better get up out of here. The warden is here. She said we need to wrap it up. You gotta just get out of here. We gotta go. Shout out to everybody that fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Get Out Your Chest. Shout out to Off the Top Ropes.
Get it off your chest.
Make sure y'all check them out. Let them know to Get Off Your Chest sent y'all.
Cop some merch.
But hey, man, tell a friend to what?
About the motherfucking Get Off Your Chest podcast, bro. We out of here.
Bitch, babe.
Yeah.
You got it on your mind, partner, get it off your chest. You got it on your mind, partner, get it off your chest. You got it on your mind,